Hey, yay.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Yi Chen, and you can see Linda is also with us today. You know, she's my favorite co-host. So, hey, Linda, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We've had a lot of rain, but I think it's part of the process of having to go inward no matter what.
Yeah, wonderful. So, yes, Linda requested this. No, she didn't request it. She suggested that we should do this video, Zoom video, before I go back to Taiwan, which is 2 days from now. I'm so excited. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of interesting that we try to set up the time. Actually, I think this conversation started about 2 weeks ago. And we did it. We tried to schedule one time and didn't work out. And then second time. And, you know, 3 times a charm, you know, that's what happened today. So, yeah, so I'm so glad that we can do this tonight and then share with you. So,
Well, and being Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th in the new year,
yes.
there are no
Yes.
accidents.
Yeah, there's no accidents because we were going to do this. That was, I think it was Tuesday. Oh, no, actually it was Wednesday.
Right.
And then Wednesday about 5 o'clock, and Linda just called me and she said, I've been waiting for this call to call you about 2-3 hours now. I thought I just call you and I don't feel like doing today. And I said, that's fine, you know. And so we just postponed it. And then that evening, after I closed my shop, I went to a Starbucks as usual. So I was sitting there, the guy sitting right next to me, usually he was there. So, and then all of a sudden he said, do you know, it's Friday, it's the 13th. And I said, oh, okay, because Friday of the 13th, you know, we always kind of connect with the, like a horror movie, those kind of thing. It's not a good number, but, you know, today we're going to make a change. So, but anyway, let me finish the story I was going to share with you is that, so the next morning, which was yesterday, the Linda 6:46 a.m. and she sent me a text message. She said, tomorrow, let's do it tomorrow. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. So I got back to her and I say, well, Linda, let me share something with you. So I just share with her, you know, about this 13. And then because I told her tomorrow, Friday is 13. And then when I saw your message that this dragon wheel, because we talk about this dragon wheel in Taiwan Puli, and then we also mentioned about 13 chakras. So that's why I think today is a perfect day, and 13, and then the first 13 of 2023. So yeah, Linda, would you have anything to share with us?
Well, the other thing is that in Native American, 13 is 13 moons, and it's actually very lucky. It's a very lucky time in comparison to that hexy type of thing. You know, it's really the first time I went to a retreat at Stewart Springs, Charlie, the medicine man, had me stay in room 13 for that reason. So I would get more of a blessing.
Great.
So we're getting more of a blessing by you talking about the dragon medicine wheel and going to Taiwan. And your journey there is really very magical. And it's an important time. And it's so we can set the tone before you get there. And then once you come back, we can do another kind of catch up as to what actually happened.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen and what's going on, you know, just like Linda and I, we've been sharing with the people around us and friends and family that we're going inward, you know, we are focused more on connecting with the spirits, and then just follow their guidance, and then so that way, not much about outer world, just follow the energy, and then so we may not know what's going to happen the next day or next month, but we just go.
Or what you're going to say tonight.
Yeah, of course. I don't know what I'm going to say. But anyway, Linda, really really good to see you, even though we're like 5 hours apart.
Yeah, but this is what this new technology has really made things available in a different way.
Yes.
And also that we can share it, whether it be on YouTube or on your website, or however, that you can share it with more people than if you and I were sitting in the living room talking, unless we had a camera and was, actually doing a recording.
Yes. So yeah, if you can look at the picture I share on the share screen, that this is actually the autograph, the shape of the dragon wheel, which also it's a medicine wheel that a group of people that in Taiwan, we built it like a little bit over 4 years now. We built it back in 2018. And then we talked about this about few months ago, but then I shared with Linda is that, worldwide, there are some other medicine wheel built, around the same time. We knew the one that we already knew was around the same time as the one in South France. And then the group leader is Marlies. And so back then I got the message from the spirit said that because those medicine wheels continues to build, doesn't matter about the size of the medicine wheel, but these are needed for us to help the Mother Earth ascend it to the 5D, 5D, fifth dimension vibration and frequencies. And they are like a light tower, they are like a power station, so they can hold the energy, receive the energy, connect the energy from, all over the world. So this project that Linda and I, we already kind of discussed already that this will be the project that we're going to do moving forward. I think we will have a better, clear idea, from this moment on, that what is going to happen and what are we going to connect, who are we going to connect, and where are we going to connect. Yes.
Well, Mother Earth needs it right now because of all the climate things and all the things going on in the world. And the more people that are involved with the medicine wheel, wherever it is, it could be Afghanistan, it could be, because they're starving there. There's all of these challenges, or Africa that is going through stuff. And if the medicine wheel was built there, and it would help that area in every which way. So the more we're focused on this, and I Ching has like a complete, relationship with the medicine wheel. And then my friend Marlo and Marlies, and then this Carly, I don't really know her, but I think her name's Carly Wood, and then Sally Moon. There's lots of people that have been doing this individually. They have their own groups. But now what we're hoping to do is at some point do a Zoom or something where we bring some of these people together so we can talk about it as to how we can be more effective worldwide. Yes,
that's very true, because I'm so glad last year I started connected with Linda, and she has been my support family, soul family. And then it goes both ways, because we just lost, completely. We both lost our loved of life last year. No, the year before. Yeah, the year before. Almost. Yeah.
Well, and when you're saying that, that's the other thing that I was going to talk about is in my book, the importance of a backup. And we're being each other's backup
Yes.
so that we can support each other in whatever growth that is. And that's kind of a new term. This medicine man I was involved with would always say to me, and that's what I wrote in my book, you're only as good as your backup. And I didn't really understand that in the beginning. And of course, like you're saying, that we've lost some of our backup. So now we're backing each other up.
Yeah.
Because we had the backup. And now as we progress in this new era, whatever that means, we kind of need that support so that, you know, you can be on stage and I can back you up, or I can be on stage and you back me up, or, you know, you say, oh, don't do that, you know, so that we can have that flow, because, you know, that's, we're only, like I said, we're only as good as our backup.
Yes, yes. So yeah, we were talking about actually the previous conversation that Linda was sharing. At that moment, I got the goosebumps coming through, and I saw the Australia, the ice rock came through, you know. So when Linda was mentioned about when she mentioned about the medicine wheel, you know, medicine man, and other people that who were already working on this, that the energy came through, and I saw this ice rock. And yeah, and remember I shared with you, Linda, today that this morning one of my friends lives in New Mexico, Sandra. She just for a long time she haven't communicated with me, and she sent me a text message this morning. She was asking me how am I doing, and then she also mentioned about the medicine wheel that she built there, and she is going to expand it another like a 5 arms a spiral on the other side of the medicine wheel once she purchased the land. So, you know, there's no coincidence, you know, that this is all coming together and happening like just people from out of nowhere, they just send us the message or, you know, whatever. These are all the confirmation to us, you know, that, well, today is the right day, and then we're going to talk about medicine wheel, and that's why, you know, the energy coming through from everywhere. So yeah, that's great.
So why don't you talk a little bit about your trip, what you do know about it?
I do know about, I'm going back to see my parents, my family, because actually my dad was kind of pissed because he said, oh, can your boss just let you come back for a while? Because Taku, the shop that in Cupertino, the Taku, the only store outside of Taiwan, I'm the one running the shop by myself. You know, I take care of the customer walk-ins, and I take care of the online orders. So I didn't register that my dad would be pissed because I have not been going back for 3 years, you know.
Wow.
But because I think last year about October, Taiwan already kind of losing up about the quarantine, those kind of restrictions. So people has been going back already. So I think this is a good time for me that to take a 2 weeks vacation going back for Chinese New Year, and of course to go back to see my bosses. And I also know that I need to go to a dragon wheel. You know, I think there is some energy or some calibration or some anchoring. I have to go back and do it and connect closely, and then see what happened, because the dragon wheel is actually owned by our boss from Taku. They purchased the land, and then back in 2018, a group of people would build it. So, you know, everything is connected. You know, today I work for Taku is also because they came to my spiritual retreat in Mount Shasta back in August 2018. And that's how we connect. And one thing led to the other. So we have a taku in the United States today, and then I'm here today to share with you, So I'm very grateful for that. And then I have a support team from Mount Shasta, Linda, and then all the spirits, and soul family. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm excited to go back. I've been so ready about 2 weeks ago, since 2 weeks ago. So yeah, but I think I'll just go with the flow and then see what happened. And then we will definitely do an update once I come back and see what's going on. And then because I think it's more obvious to me that this Dragon Medicine Wheel Medicine Wheel project need to get out there and then connect more people, and because Mother Earth really need it, and also as a human as us people on the Mother Earth, we also need it to increase the vibration and frequencies.
Yeah, the word that comes to mind as you're talking is I think we're taking up the responsibility of being guardians.
Yes.
Guardians of the energy and of Mother Earth.
Yes.
So that, we can support people as we're talking about the vibration, because the last 3 years, whether we sat and meditated and really concentrated on our vibration. So many of us have raised our vibration unconsciously or consciously. And now it's time to start doing some of the action steps like you and I've talked about.
Yeah, I 100%, 200% agree with you. I think like the last week or the week before I do the sound sharing, I talk about feeling the energy start slowly to kind of engaging and then moving, I mean, it's not fully engaged yet, but it takes some time to kind of slow start, and then when you get into the momentum, we can feel the full force. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's wonderful. So I think I'll need to kind of talk about this dragon wheel that is on the screen. So people that they missed the earlier session we have on podcast, well, also they can get the information here. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
please.
Yes. So, I share with you that my bosses, they came to my spiritual retreat in Mount Shasta back in early August 2018. And this medicine wheel, dragon wheel, was built at the same year, about 2 months afterward. So that's kind of interesting. It's like things just happening, and then the spirit send them to me, and then that's how we connect. And then at the beginning, the reason we want to build this medicine wheel, because we were also talking about connect this medicine wheel, so the energy from Taiwan can connect with the medicine wheel on top of on the mountain, on Mount Shasta, the mountain. And then the one that I took group there is that you have to hike up about 3-4 hours to get to that medicine wheel. And then the shape is 2 circles. So if you see the picture on the screen, and you look at the 2 circles from inside, it's the first circle inside is a traditional medicine wheel, 4 directions, east, south, west, north. So you can see the first circle with the 4 direction, 4 sections. And then second circle, between the first and the second circle, there are 7 poles. So that represents 7 rays of sacred flame, 7 days a week, 7 chakras. So everything related with 7 also, you can see from here. So at the beginning, we designed to do it that way because it will match the one in Mount Shasta. But then during the process, one of the member from the group received a message from the universe that you have to expand it to another circle outside of it. and it's going to be 13 poles. So that's why we changed it immediately. And then that's why you see the 3 circles that you saw that in the picture right now. And then the universe also gave the name to be a dragon wheel, because we do have a lot of connection with the dragon wheels, with the dragons, because not just in Western culture, in Oriental culture as well, very connected with it. So, and then because Chinese people, we talk about that we are the descendants of dragons. So that's why when the universe gave this a dragon wheel, we right away we took it, and then this will be the dragon wheel. But of course, it's part of a medicine wheel, just more, more. So that's how this dragon wheel came from. And you can see the outside the third circle. I actually did some Google on the computer, on the internet, and then write down the 13 chakras, the name, and then maybe you can see the name, and you'll be able to know where the location is of this 13 chakra. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is this is the I use a sketchbook on iPad to draw this layout. One day I just feel like I have to do it, and then it just came out like that, and I was so surprised anyway. But every time I drew something, at the end I will be so happy, so satisfying, and then also so surprised, because I never knew what I was going to draw until the end, so.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you. So anything you would like to share, Linda, while I share some about the dragon wheel, medicine wheel?
Well, I think the way that you're explaining it this way makes such you're doing a good teaching, and you can feel the vibration of it. So that not only is it a beautiful drawing, but it explains it as to the traditions of the regular medicine wheel, and then going out to number 7, and then going out to all the chakras. It makes complete sense.
Yes, because I think right now, because our vibration, Mother Earth's vibration has been constantly increasing. So the 7 chakra that we probably all aware of it, and then probably already work on it for some time. And then I think now is the time to expand our consciousness, our limitation, overcome the limitation that we thought that we have, and then start connecting with the 13 chakras, because this will increase our vibration individually, as well as helping the Mother Earth increase the vibration. And we also know the Mother Earth have 7 chakras as well, and we know for sure that Mount Shasta is the root chakra. So everything started from the base, from the root. That's why Linda lives in Mount Shasta for how many years?
Since I came up here the first time was in 79, and I connected with Melchizedek, but I didn't move up here until 96.
Okay.
But even at that, I was thinking of that today, we had put tobacco down, and my mom and I lived the same distance apart, because once we made the decision that we wanted to live here, then it was manifested, and then we became more involved.
Yes. So Yeah, so I'm also very connected with Mount Shasta because Mount Shasta changed my life. The first time I came to Mount Shasta was back in 2011, October, and just everything changed for greater good. So that's wonderful. That's why we're here today to share with you. I don't know how much more time do we have. But I think whatever we want to cover is pretty much, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like to talk about that today I paid my publisher for my book.
Yes.
And the only thing I want to say, I'm going to read it in the sense of, because when I first told somebody, I started this in 2015, and it's moving through it. A suburban woman guides you on an adventure in spiritual mediumship, the Red Road, and meditation as a storyteller. At the time, I was living in the Bay Area. I had a beauty shop. I was very traditional. And then I started doing the Mount Shasta scene. So once I connected, and like I Ching, I follow the signs. I'm really good at that. So the first thing I did was go to a sweat lodge, which I had no idea what that was. And I was absolutely sure that, I would die or I'd be on the front page of the paper. So the first story is really about how I connected. And the other thing that I realized, okay, I started this in 2015 and I kind of took a big break, but I guess I had to live life more. And then last year I was absolutely motivated to get it done. And I had thought that I would do it more airy-fairy, and I hadn't planned to use my name. I was using a name, Selena. And then I realized that it was my story and the challenges that I had with the spiritual road, because the first sweat lodge I went to, it turned out to be a guy from Mount Shasta, but it was down in Turlock, California. And I was lost for 5 hours because it was night and there was no MapQuest. This was in, like I said, 1988. So that should have been my first sign, but I didn't know that, because whenever I'm lost, what ends up happening is it's going to be a huge change for me. Even today, if I get lost somewhere, and I'm even lost a little while, I really understand now that life is going to change in some way. I'm either going to raise my vibration or do something. So as time went on, I followed the signs. And a lot of times it involved being lost and involved what my Indian friend would say, if you get the green light, you have to go. And one of my friends was doing this big seminar with Drunvalo and Greg Braden and Tom Kenyon. And she had called me on a Wednesday and she said, if you come out to Jekyll Island, which is right by in Georgia, she said, I'll pay for everything. You just have to get here. And I said, well, let me pray on it. And so I prayed on it and I got the green light. So I made the reservations. And then I spent a week with those people. And that's kind of the way it's been for me. And that's kind of what I wrote about. And you've got to risk it and jump in and do these things. So that was the thing that today I finally confirmed that I mean, I've been confirming it all year, but today I actually did it on Friday the 13th. So that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I haven't really been talking about it because some things happened when I put the chapters together. And I did, and today I was sitting here reading it and I was kind of laughing because I was very lucky. My first teacher, besides the Indian thing, was this woman that used to meditate with Yogananda in her living room. So she knew him real well. So she used to be a great storyteller. And she'd always warn us in ways. And even as I was writing my book, I realized that some of her warnings really only hit me now. And I met her in 1975. So I finally understood some of her warnings, because she'd tell these stories. And I thought, well, that's an interesting story, but it'll never happen to me. And then, of course, it did. And like I said, even as I was finishing it, I was realizing it was a different kind of thing. And she had contacted me after she died, and she gave me some of her medicine, so to speak. And Charlie's done that too. So it took me a while to put it together, because some of my stuff in it is sort of traumatizing as to how the spiritual path is and what goes on. And I can understand why I stopped, because I really didn't want to share that intimacy of it and the challenges and the people, and what goes on in this spiritual world. It's not the airy-fairy angels and mystical and all that. That's great. I have that too. But then there's this other shaman walk that is much more demanding. And I'm up for the challenge of it. Obviously, I've been doing it a long time, but I wanted to share that because even people, we haven't talked a lot about this, but in one of the chapters is going in the wilderness, and it's really about recovery, and it's about the challenges of that, you know, and what happens with people and what they have to go through, and doing that because a lot of times, up until recently, people didn't talk about their recovery and how it had affected them and how they had made bad choices. And I didn't really do that, but other people that I support have, and I'm really good at supporting people in that kind of arena because our whole job is to get back and to heal the trauma and to be more intimate. And like I Ching and I, right away, since we both were in this thing together, where we are now is the love, the higher vibration, but what that also means is a responsibility of being intimate and being honest and, you know, exposing yourself and being vulnerable. And I think that's really an important part as we move forward, because we're only as good as our tribe and the people that we're associating with. And if people can't do that, then that's okay too, because it's just different for them. So that's why I really wanted to get it out there and to talk about it, because what I see is people are very hesitant. I Ching lost somebody, I lost my mom, and I saw that people had trouble with grief and really wanted to avoid me or avoid talking about it. And, you know, we're here to support each other. I mean, not that we have to get a crying rag out, but just really just be intimate and, you know, how are you doing today? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping that my book can really, you go across the board about meditation, about mediumship. I've had so many experiences. My first experience was I was a freshman in high school and my girlfriend came to me. She had died of leukemia. I never told anybody about it. She didn't materialize, but she talked to me every night for like 2 months. Wow. But I didn't talk about it till I was 40, because in those days, if I had talked about it, I would have been on medication because people really would not have understood, because she wasn't talking about angels. What she was talking about is the food she missed, her little brothers she missed, her mother she missed, and just being a kid and doing fun things. It wasn't a mystical conversation at all. But she, you know, she would relate to me because we did those things together. And then through the years, it's been much more complicated of people, you know, talking to me from the other side. And I've had that my whole life. And I think people need support around it, and especially when we went through COVID, because there was so much communication from the spirit world. Yeah. And I had people talking to me and saying, do you think I'm crazy? And I said, no, they're here to support us. We have a support team. Yes.
So yeah, Linda just shared that her book is going to be published soon, and then we're so excited, you know. And then you can read about her stories and her experiences, and also learn from there. You know, I think she will be a great teacher, great guidance, you know, great guides for whoever comes to her. You know, yeah. So well, I think that'll be wonderful. You know, looking forward to see your book printed out.
See the cover and see the editing, because I didn't have anybody edit it yet, so I know it needs editing.
Okay, yeah, but very soon, you know, we're going to be able to see and order it. Yes. So yeah, I think our time is almost. So that's good. I think we just cover whatever we want to cover today. So that's wonderful. So yeah, thank you again, Linda, to be my support and then to be here with us today. And then 13, you know, 13 chakras. 13, today is 13. So that's what we are doing.
Yeah, 13 everything.
Yeah, 13 everything. Expansion, you know, that's good.
Expansion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, I Ching.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Okay, see if I can close this. Okay.